Wolf of Wall Street is one of my favorite movies, mainly because it's all about sales and it's really funny. And there's a scene that I really like, and it's when Jordan Belfort is pitching a stock to a person on the phone. It's the Aerotyne shares. You might have seen it.
Hello, John. How you doing today? You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell?
All right, so that first part is straight from Jordan Belfort's straight line selling persuasion course. So he goes in with a really friendly tone of voice. Notice how the tone of voice is very friendly. If you receive that phone call, hi John, how you doing today? It's a really nice tone where it's personable, but it doesn't sound too salesy. But the other people who's on the phone, and the people I've met on the phone, they're usually, there's a hi, how you doing? It doesn't sound genuine, but tonality is a really powerful element in sales. And not only that, he said just quickly, you mailed in a your information requesting more information about penny stocks that will go through the roof or whatever it was, right? So basically, what he did was he gave him the reason why he's calling. So it's like qualifying him. It's saying that you actually came to us, and you requested us information. So that really lowers the person's defenses. You're not a straight cold caller. It's saying to the person, hey, you actually contacted us, and I'm here to provide you more information, and to make it even more less intimidating. He uses the phrase, "Does that ring a bell? Does that ring a bell?" That's another phrase that was used in straight line selling, in Jordan Belfort's straight line selling. And does that ring a bell? It doesn't sound too hostile. It doesn't sound too aggressive. And I use it on my calls all the time. Does that ring a bell? And the person says, "Oh, actually, I don't know." Like, yeah, I think so. And it, and then they say, and then that's when he goes in for the pitch.
Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
All right, so that's the really good pitch there. So what Jordan Belfort just did right there was that he made his tone of voice so he was telling a secret. So what he did was he started whispering on the phone. So the reason for the call today, John, is I have an offer, perhaps the best, and he uses his hands. So there's that confidence on the phone that he just said that the reason for the call today, John, is that I have something that is perhaps the best thing that blah blah blah. And he goes in for his little pitch, and and if you have 60 seconds, I'd like to go through it. Do you have a minute? 60 seconds, do you have a minute? 60 seconds, do you have a minute? So it's like, you just heard this guy. He's really friendly on the phone. He's told you that he's calling because you requested information. He's giving you a little secret, and he's asking for just another 60 seconds of your time. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, So that's really good how he just transitioned to that pitch, and then he goes into pitch.
Name of the company, Aerotyne International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a
I love that part, how they just show the actual garage of Aerotyne. That's like the best part. I just love it. But yeah, like this is what part where you're selling. You're selling on the phone right now. This is when you start selling, And if you don't sell, if you can't sell this, then you're dead in the water. And he's doing very well when it comes to selling.
generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now,
Notice how his tone of voice is. It's like bottled up enthusiasm. So what Jordan Belfort's doing is that he's bottling up his enthusiasm. He's not going rah 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 really crazy, but it's like it's all in there, and you can just feel the excitement. Like you can really feel it, and but he's not going up there where it's just like a super high motivation, excitement and stuff. You don't want to go there. You want to be bottling it up, and you want the person to feel it, because in sales, energy is transferred to the other person, and that's what he's trying to do. He's transferring that enthusiastic energy to the other person without going too fake motivation, excitement at level 10.
right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, Our analyst indicator could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
See, notice we know the interesting thing about sales is that we know that Jordan Belfort's selling. We probably know that he's faking. We know that he's faking everything, but you gotta admit, it sounds really interesting. He's got my attention. He knows how to sell it, and it's like, damn, I know you're selling. I know you're using all these sales techniques, but I'm actually interested. So that's the thing is that if you know how to sell, if you know how to just transfer that sales energy to the other person, where they already know that you're a salesperson, but they are sold, and you've sold yourself. I think that's the most important thing. And the thing is that Jordan Belfort has made it so he's sold himself on it. And I think that if you're selling a product and service, you've got to be sold on it. You have to be sold on whatever it is that's selling. If you're not sold on it, forget it.
Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage. John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of airtime, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
So he goes on, he finishes it off his pitch, right? So I like it how he uses that little element of honesty. So he says that don't judge me on my winners because and don't judge me on my losers because I have so few, or don't judge me on my winners. So it's not focusing on don't worry about my losses because I have so few. So he says that he has made a loss, but it's so few. You know, how would it sound if you came across and said I win every time? It just doesn't sound real. But he's being honest. Say, look, I've made a loss, but it's so few. Judge me on my winners. So it's like that confidence of saying that, you know, I am a winner, but yeah, I do have losing streaks, of course. So you're building that empathy there. And the thing is, right at the end, he finishes it off where he's saying that this is how much you can make, and he stops. He pauses and he waits for the persons to respond, because that's a sales technique is when you pause, right? When you stop, when you pitch and you stop, just shut up. You wait for the other person. And if the other person speaks, the other person loses.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John.
So he confirms the order. Says, yeah, I'll take 4,000 shares. 4,000, that'd be 4,000 shares, John. And he's confirming, he's tying down the deal.
Lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John? Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence. And welcome to the Investors Center. Bye-bye.
So it was a nice little touch at the end. You know, get back to my secretary. Sounds like a very professional establishment. Welcome to the Investor Center. It sounds really nice and everything. Closes the deal. So that's a really great sales pitch. It's just everything. I love it. It's just got the tonality. It just shows Jordan Belfort in action. It's straight from his SLP course, and I really love it. It's a really great video I watch every single time. It's really great. And of course, it's not like this every single time on the call, but you find that your conversion rate just goes up to 80%, 90% whenever you're doing these sales techniques, of course. Of course, you know, you don't want to be ripping people off. That's a different story. We're not in the business of ripping people off. We're here to sell a valuable product to the customer who can really benefit, right? Because if you're selling a really great product, you know that they're going to be using it and know they're going to get some value out of it. Fantastic. Just go crazy. All right. So I really hope you like this video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, or make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.